Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals and welcome back to my channel. I'm here to wrap up August's budget and set September budget in my A6 Tilly Journals planner. I have this kit from Colourful & Co. This is a 2-page A6 monthly budget kit. I have a load of stickers pulled out there in my Planner Phase reusable sticker album. Mix of shops really. And then I have a load of washies. These three are from Colourful & Co. This one is from Creating & Co. This is a Hobbycraft one and this is simply gilded. I'm good friends with Beth from Colourful & Co. So I have a discount code for you to use, which is Tilly10 and can save you money. But I don't PR, we're just good friends. That's why I have a code. Cool. So let's have a little look how August looked. And I believe August actually starts here. As you can see, July budget didn't get tracked. But we started again on the 1st of August and we spent £1,400 on our mortgage, and my Patreon subscription came out for £4.80. As you can see, we didn't use our weekly check-in. I've just started checking in on the iPad instead because that does my maths for me. But I still like to have a paper copy, not of the weekly check-ins though. I'm getting rid of that this month, as we'll see. Anyway, on the 2nd, we spent £25 on our pet plan. We got our medical indemnity for £60 and we bought my parents a present for £37.80. Spent £130 on getting my car fixed. We paid our cleaner for the month for £230 and we got our big food shop, which was £140 and 2p. Spent £2 on our bank account. We get money back on our bank account, which is why we spend £2 on it. One of us bought petrol for £57 and we bought another gift for £15.99 for my parents. We paid our water and electricity for £108.52 and our council tax for £241. The 6th was our first no spend day. We bought a keg pipe for £3.90 and then the 8th was our second no spend day. On the next week, which looks like a very light week of spending, we bought groceries for £22.80. We bought a PassMed subscription for £40. We spent £11 on phone bill. Social bought petrol for £62 and I bought a load of toothpaste for £32.99. My MOT happened, which was £54.85. Social bought old book for work, which was £4.52. I bought some sweets for £2.30. 14th was our third no spend day. The 15th we spent £33.90 on groceries. On the next week, on the 16th, one of us got a prescription for £9.35. I suspect Soch. Paid our internet bill for £31.33. I bought diesel for £57. 18th was our fourth no spend day. 19th I subscribed to Duolingo Plus for £59.99. Paid £5 to Mind. YouTube Premium came out for £17.99. I had a chai latte for £2.40 and we got fish and chips for £11.70. On the 21st, went to Sainsbury's and spent £42.48. Went out for drinks, I assume to the pub. I really have no recollection of that at all. We were at a wedding and spent £20.50. We paid our home insurance for £223.31. Bought some birthday cards for £5.65. And we bought the cats some food on the 22nd for £55.48. On to the last week. Soch bought diesel for £67. My phone bill came out for £20.28. We bought some stuff for the lawn for £6. 25th was our 5th no spend day and probably our final no spend day. The 26th, I bought a hot drink and a cake for £3.70. We went out for drinks and food and spent £32.44. And I bought some face wash for £24.94. Planner Phase subscription came out on the 27th for £18.30. I bought diesel for £61 and I bought some snacks for £4. We went to a food festival on the 28th and spent £82. And we bought a buttload of noodles for £46.97. It is currently the 30th, so she's about to go to the grocery shop. And we've got a big grocery order coming tomorrow, and also I need to buy my PR pack for August. So there's a couple of things we're still going to spend, but yeah. So how does that work out? So we spent all of our utilities budget, which is exactly what it should be, and all of our direct debits budget, which is exactly what it should be. We only spent £236 in house, so we had £74 remaining. We went over in travel, we spent 247, so we were over by £27. Going out, we were well under, even despite the food festival. We spent £152 and 74 pence, so we had £97 remaining. Groceries at this point, let me just check. At this point, we have spent £277 and 57 pence, which is leaving us with 182.43. I'm hoping the grocery shop today and the big grocery shop will stay within that, but it might be a tiny bit over. My fun money, I currently haven't spent anything, but I will be, which is why that isn't written in yet. So that's what we got to with our budget. Then you can have a little look at our sinking funds there. I'm still keeping this in the planner because I feel like that's still useful. So that's it for August. So let's get on to setting up September. And as I just said, I'm not going to put a weekly check-in in, so I'm going to rip out this page. Bye-bye. Cool. So, that's super scary to do. I mean, technically, I don't need this page either. Maybe I could... I wonder. Nah, because I'd be writing over too much of it. And so, let's just get straight on with it. So, at the top of this page, I put in a glitter header. And then I put in the header, I think. I think that's how this goes down. It helps if that goes in straight. There we go. Love how I still haven't learned how I do this, and I've done it the same way forever. So then we want the monthly budget header to go in next. And again, I just try and line that up so they are at the same point. There. And then we put the income line, because this is all monthly budget. And then we want to leave 3 lines for my income, Sosion's income, and then any extra income that we might get. And then that comes to there. Somewhere. Ish. There. Let's try and put that down straight. There we go. And then I think I just put in the expenses header, which is where we track all of our expenses. And this should nicely sit so that, yeah, it can sit on that line there. So we need to leave 10 gaps for our 10 budget categories. And then we can put the totals column in. Whoops, if we can get that down straight, it would be best. And then I can put in a glitter header, and we're just going to use the blue one here, even though that's also blue, but that's fine. And then savings, we are just only saving for our wedding, so I only need 1 slot here. So the savings header goes in, and I changed these headers, but that's fine. And then we only need that 1 line, and then this bottom saving tracker bit fits in nicely at the bottom there. And that is the first page of our monthly budget. On to the second page, this is where we put the sinking funds. And again, I can never remember how I do this. So you can have washi and a glitter strip. So, okay. So this is the washi tape I'm using this month with this to match with this kit. It is from Colourful & Co as well. So that just goes along the top. I'm just going to rip it off messily, so I know what space I'm working with. There and there. So then we can put in a glitter header, and I think I'm going to use the grey / silver, and I find it much easier to work from the edge of the page. So yeah, just pop in a glitter header at the top and bottom. Then we have the sinking funds title. Again, I find it much easier to stick down if I put it this way around. So just pop that in. And then the category column thing. And then this is where I can never remember how many sinking funds categories I now have. I think it's 13, but let me check. So in the same way, this just goes in at the bottom, and that should leave me nicely with 14 lines to write in all of our sinking funds. Beautifully, like that. I do just need to rip off all of those edges. Can I find a Starbucks gift card? Yes, I can. So So just line this up with the other bits and rip off the extra washi. That didn't rip off very nicely, but I'm just like, this planner is just for tracking. A lot of, it's only pretty, so I come back to it, so I'm not too bothered that they're not ripped very nicely. While we're doing this sticking down, I'm also going to pop in my transaction log for business expenses, which just goes on this first page here. And again, we just put a strip of washi top and bottom. Let's just rip it off again to make the page a bit prettier. And then we have a transaction log title, and this time I can keep the page the right way up to line this up properly. We just have transaction log, and then this is just for business transactions, to keep an eye on any money I spend from our personal account on the business, and that's it. And the same down at the bottom, just put in the totals. This is just so when I come to do my business expenses, I've got a track of it. Anything that comes out of the business account doesn't go onto here because that comes out of the business account, so I can just look at that. It's just anything I spend on my personal card for the business. So that's there. Cool. So that's all of that sticker putting down. This is going quite speedily so far. So now we just have to do the actual weekly spreads, and I've left my washi tapes in the right order. So, as those of you who've been watching this channel for a while will know, I do just pop a strip of washi down at the bottom of this page to make it nice and pretty. There is absolutely no purpose to this washi. It is just, again, to keep me coming back to my budget by making it pretty. And then in this box here, what we do is we pop down a habit tracker, and that is just to mark any, not like full no spend days, but no spend days where we spend nothing unnecessary. So bills don't count in that and stuff like that, because you can see at a glance any no spend days because they have a full box on, but you can't necessarily see like whether the spending was necessary or not. And I vary on what classes as necessary and unnecessary, but as long as I'm happy with what I'm marking as a no spend day, I'm happy. To be honest, I'm not very good at keeping up with the habit tracker, but a full box on its own doesn't really fit in that space. It leaves a bit of a gap, so I just do it. I could maybe like total the spending. If you've got any ideas what I could use this tiny bit of space for where I have this habit tracker, let me know in the comments down below, and maybe I will consider changing it up next month. But for now, I quite like doing this, so it's what I'm going to continue to do. I just love that this is a little way to make this my budget pretty, and me coming back and tracking my budget, because what is the point in keeping a budget if you don't actually keep track of it? There isn't any at all. You need to keep an eye on it for, you know, that. I think it's quite easy to forget that the most important part of budgeting, and at least I definitely think this, the most important part of budgeting is keeping up with it. Like, anything, setting a budget is completely pointless unless you check in with it and you check that you are keeping up with it and you are spending where you want to spend and saving where you want to spend. So like, I don't know, if we're close on our eating out budget, we might get a different type of takeaway, or we might not get a takeaway when we'd planned to and try and eat something from the cupboard on a date night instead, just as a way to use up what we've got and to not go over our budget. It doesn't always work, but we try our best to stick within it, because otherwise what's the point? Let me know down below how you keep a track of your budget. I might actually in this video quickly show you our spreadsheet, our many spreadsheets that I have for keeping track of it, because this keeps me checking in with it every day, this planner, but I actually like to do all the maths in in several Excel spreadsheets. So I will actually quickly show you those in a moment because I have my iPad next to me. That is all the weeklies set up, so I do just need to write everything in. But before I write everything in, let's talk a little bit about my spreadsheets. So this is my iPad. This is our spending tracker. So this has replaced my weekly check-in. So as you can see, we have our categories across the top. I don't know how, yeah, there. Our budget is here. Then it has the total here and then what we've got remaining at the end of each week. So that's what that spreadsheet is. We have a sinking funds spreadsheet which has all of our sinking funds across the top, how much is in at the start of the month, how much we put into it, and then any expenditure we put in here. It then calculates the total expenditure and how much there is at the end. Then here it totals up those amounts. Whoops, go away. Totals up those amounts. Then I put how much is in the account at the end of the month and then how much I need to move out of that account because that is its own bank account. That's sinking funds tracker. We have our actual budget, which there's a spending tab of which I'm a bit awful at filling in, but yeah. So then we have our actual budget here. So this shows what is in each of these bigger categories you see. So let's just zoom in and have a little look at these. So our utilities category, and some of these are sinking funds, so like water is a sinking fund. So it covers our mortgage, our energy and heating, our phone and internet, council tax, our phone bills and our pet plan. Direct debits are still like basically things that we don't actively pay for, but they are unnecessary. So mine is a giving to charity, Patreon, Patreon sinking fund, which has obviously gone away, but it's in a Headspace, and now it will also be Duolingo is also a sinking fund. YouTube Premium, my Planner Face subscription, and our bank account. So they are unnecessary direct debits. Our household category covers our cleaner, cleaning supplies, budgeting stuff, and any bits for the house. And then cats is a sinking fund. Travel, petrol is the only thing that comes out of in cash. These two, like maintenance, repair, service, and insurance and tax, are both sinking funds. Eating out and going out is as it is. Groceries is as it is. Study is a sinking fund. Fun money, we have our general fun money, then social gets a little bit of extra because I have my Planner Face subscription. And then exercise money and Planner sinking funds were both sinking funds. Planner sinking funds no longer exists. Other is just other, and then we've got some extra sinking funds just at the bottom. So that's what our budget categories actually are. So that's there. And we did set up a base one, and then we just alter it each month. And that's just a track of the whole thing. And then our last spreadsheet is our savings spreadsheet. So this has all of the various things that we want to save for. The aim, like how much we want to save for them. And then this has how much is in our savings account. So how much we've put, this is how much we've put in every month. This is the total of that column, and then that's the percentage to our goal. Then if we spent any money in it, it goes here, or some of this is in cash. And then this is how much should be in the account. So this total is how much should be in our savings account. So yeah, that is all of our like budgeting spreadsheets. I just thought that might be helpful for you guys to see. So yeah, now without any further ado, I'm actually going to write in some numbers. And as you can see, I need to pull those off the iPad as I go along. So you might ask, if I use all of those spreadsheets, what's the purpose of this actual planner? And the purpose of the planner is to keep my budget looking pretty and to keep me checking in with it every single day. If it was just a spreadsheet, I wouldn't go back to it, and I know I wouldn't go back to it. So what I do is really, I keep a track in my planner, and then I just go and update the spreadsheet at the end of every week, every other week sometimes, it just depends. And I discovered I was just copying from the spreadsheet into the weekly check-ins, so that became unnecessary, which is why I got rid of it. But that's why I use this planner as well as the spreadsheets. If you want any of the spreadsheets, leave a comment down below and I will make like a blank version of them to send to you. Just drop me a comment if you think any of those spreadsheets would be helpful for you. The other thing I want to address is that you may notice a couple of my sinking funds are in negative balance, and the way I deal with that is I just ignore it. I accept that they're sometimes going to go a bit negative and that we will then build them back up, hopefully to a positive value. So I just borrow from other sinking funds until they are in a positive balance again. If something is staying consistently in a negative balance, like you'll notice work is quite negative, we've increased how much we are paying into work to try and counteract that. So that's kind of how that works for us. Yeah. So that is everything really. So we've got our transaction log for any business expenses there, monthly spread, which I've just left blank because I don't use. We then have our monthly budget. So we've got income, expenses, and our savings that we're aiming to put £2,100 into our savings a month. got our page for tracking sinking funds there. Then we go just straight into the weekly spreads, and these are the 5 weekly spreads in September. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. Comment, like down below if you enjoyed it, or with any questions about my budget or anything you want me to chat about next time. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. I hope you found this helpful. Left in the kit, where is it? Where's the kit? We have that. I will pull these out to use in various bits and pieces, but the other things probably won't get used. But that's it really. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!